Hi, welcome to Raw Math. Today I'm doing a series of videos on functions. So here I have a graph of two functions, f of x and g of x. The first thing I want to do is I want to take each of these graphs and I want to highlight them so it's really easy to see which is which. So f of x is this one that starts off curling, comes up, and then down. There's my f of x. G of x is the one that starts by going down, coming back up, and then curving. Okay, so what we're being asked to do on each step of this problem, it says from the graphs, figure out the following. So we start with f plus g of negative 4. So what I'm looking for is f of negative 4 plus g of negative 4. What f of negative 4 is it's saying, hey, when the input is negative 4, that's right here, negative 4, what is the output for f? So we come and we see the output for f is 3. All right, so now we do the same thing with g. We say, hey, when g is negative 4, when input is negative 4, what is the output for g? That is also 3. And 3 plus 3 is 6. All right, for our next one, we're asked about the same thing, but this time it's f of negative 4 minus g of negative 4. Well, these we have right here. This is going to be 3 minus 3, which is 0. Okay, for our next one, we have f of 4 plus g of 4. All right, so when the input is 4, that's right here, f is all the way up here with an output of 9. So 4, 9 is our ordered pair. Okay, and then for g of 4, we need to come down to see where the output is for g. That's at negative 1. So we have 9 plus a negative 1, which is 8. All right, now we have 2 dealing with 0. F of 0 minus g of 0. And this one is f of 0 times g of 0. All right, so let's go find our outputs here. F of 0. 0 is our y-axis. So f of 0 is where the f function crosses the y-axis, which is right here at 7. And then g of 0 is where the g graph crosses the y-axis, which is right here at negative 1. So if we come down here and see what we're doing, we have 7 minus a negative 1, which is the same as 7 plus a positive 1, which equals 8. For the next one, f of 0 is still 7, g of 0 is still negative 1, and they multiply out to be negative 7. So we're using the outputs of our graph to figure these out. Okay, so our next one is using negative 2. So we'll come back up to our original problem. We have f of negative 2 times g of negative 2. If we look at our f graph, the pink one, we come to x is negative 2, and we come all the way up to our graph and we look at our output, it's 6. If we look at our g of x graph and we go to negative 2 and we look at our output, that's at 1. So what we want to do is we want to do 6 times 1, which is equal to 6. Next we have f of 7 times g of 7. So f of 7 is right here. It has an output of 3. G of 7 right here has an output of 0. So if I want to do 3 times 0, I'm going to get 0. For the rest of these, we can actually look at the solutions we already found. This is f of 0 divided by g of 0. Well, we have f of 0 right here, it equals 7. We have g of 0 right here, it's negative 1. So this is going to be negative 7. Here we have f of negative 2 divided by g of negative 2. Well, f of negative 2 is right here of 6. G of negative 2 is right here at 1. And we have 6. And last, we have f of negative 4 divided by g of negative 4. Well, f of negative 4 was right here, 3. G of negative 4 is right here, 3. and this is going to equal 1. All right, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like my Facebook page, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks!